Tickets and clowns and sellouts, oh my. We have some Halloween Horror Nights news for you guys today. Welcome back. It is Michael from Hallowed Thrills back with another video, and as you can see, we are walking through the Universal parking garage. So that means we are here for one reason and one reason only. It is another Horror Nights announcement today, which means we need to come and check out the new merchandise. But we also got tickets today, so we'll talk about that as well while we're here in the park. And there's probably some construction going on, so we'll check that out too. Whole bunch of stuff going on today, but before we get anything, please make sure to subscribe and have the bell notifications turned on to get notified whenever I post a video. And also make sure you're following both Instagram and X. The links are down in the description below. But we are just heading up to security now, so I will meet you guys on the other side. So as we are walking into the park, I thought I'd show you the quick little trailer that we got for our announcement today, which was in fact Terrifier. So let's take a look.
Live the horror you love to watch at Universal Halloween Horror Nights, featuring Terrifier and more.
So that is right, Terrifier is finally coming to the event after many, many years of us asking for it. It only took 3 movies for them to finally give David Howard Thornton and Damien Leone a shot here at Universal. And let's time to break down a little bit of the gory details regarding this announcement, because there is a little bit to unpack here. The twisted world of Art the Clown comes to life in this year's all-new Terrifier haunted house, inspired by the slasher film franchise that has consistently terrorized filmgoers since 2008. Spewing from creator, writer, director Damien Leone and producer Phil Falcone, along with Dark Age Cinema Productions, Terrifier introduced a new slasher film series to the cinematic world, featuring Art the Clown, a supernatural entity who terrorizes the fictional town of Miles County, New York, on Halloween and tortures victims in creatively cruel and sickeningly sinister ways. The Terrifier film franchise has evolved to become 3 chilling and gory movies, with a 4th film in development and a Halloween Horror Nights house on the way. During Halloween Horror Nights, guests will experience an unfathomable level of gore as they try to escape becoming Art the Clown's next victim. Terrifier is a grisly haunted house oozing with a new sense of terror that takes guests into Art the Clown's gruesome funhouse, which appeared in Terrifier 2. Guests will be overwhelmed by the sights, sounds, smells, and dread of Art's grotesque kills gleefully displayed for all to see. As fans make their way through the claustrophobic corridors, they will encounter familiar faces, including Vicky and the Little Pale Girl, and witness iconic kills from the franchise. Chaos reigns at the Clown Cafe, terror festers in a revolting bathroom, and holiday cheer turns deadly in a Christmas nightmare. Guests must escape Art's twisted world or become his next gruesome display. So from the sounds of it, it does sound like we are going to get stuff from at least Terrifier 2 and 3, as it talked about the holiday sections, which primarily took place in the 3rd film. I need to go back and really sit down and watch all 3 of those films, and possibly even stuff from All Hallows Eve, to really get the idea of the Art the Clown character and really get myself prepared for this house, because like I said, I have heard that this is one of the goriest film franchises in the history of film and horror, and I'm excited for this to really be one of the goriest Halloween Horror Nights houses of all time. Like I said, super excited for this. It is something that we definitely have needed here at Horror Nights, that we have been missing for quite some time, but yeah, like this is up there on my list of of dream IPs for this event, and something that I hope that they do justice. And with Damien Leon being a part of the development process for this house, I really hope that they knock it out of the park. And let's be honest, we're only like a little over a month away from opening night, so it's gonna be here sooner rather than you think. But let's head over to guest relations to pick up our ticket, because I did purchase my Frequent Fear Pass already. So I'm gonna go pick it up here today. And after we pick it up, then I'll talk about our ticketing options for this year. But before we head over to Five and Dime and grab the merchandise for today's announcement. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, that is right. Frequent Fear Plus with Express. I decided to be a little bit of a big baller this year. It was very painful having to pull the trigger on this, but I was one of the lucky ones and got this before they sold out. But we'll talk a little bit about that as soon as we get into the park, because yeah, there is a lot of stuff that has already sold out as far as these passes go. Okay, so we have made it into the park. I just took a little bit of a seat because I wanted to break down these ticket options for you. So I'm gonna have my phone out with me, so don't yell at me. I need all the numbers for you guys. So obviously we got our 4 options for Frequent Fear passes: Rush of Fear, Frequent Fear Plus, and Ultimate Frequent Fear, and all of the Express variants for each of those. So Rush of Fear is going to be 18 nights starting from August 29th through September 21st. So every single event night through that time period. And those prices are starting at $200. And then we move on to Frequent Fear Pass, and that is 30 nights. And that is, I believe, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays from August 29th to November 2nd. And I believe that includes the opening Friday and Saturday and the closing Friday and Saturday. And those are starting at $250. And then there's the Frequent Fear Plus Pass, which is eligible for 40 nights. And that is starting event nights on Thursday, Friday, or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, not including any of the Saturdays except for the opening Saturday and the closing Saturday. And those are starting at $300. And then of course, our Ultimate Frequent Fear, which is every single event night. You are free to go from August 29th to November 2nd, and those are starting at $420. Now, there are Express Pass options for these, so let's talk about those because they got super, super expensive this year. Okay, so starting from the top, so our Rush of Fear passes with Express. So if you want Express every single night that you come during your Rush of Fear pass time frame, it is going to be $689.99. Now, I will preface, this is currently the only one that is currently available, I believe. As of the time of recording this, Ultimate Frequent Fear with Express, Frequent Fear Plus with Express, and regular Frequent Fear with Express have completely sold out for the entire event run. So this is the only one that you need to worry about if you are planning on getting Express, which is that Rush of Fear with Express. So like I said, $689.99, and that includes your Express for August 29th through the 31st, and then September 3rd to the 7th, 10th to the 14th, 16th, 17th, 19th through the 20th. And then we have Frequent Fear Pass with Express, $839.99. Frequent Fear Plus with Express, $949.99. And these are all before tax. And then the Ultimate Frequent Fear with Express is $1,199.99, all before tax. Like I said, they jumped up considerable this year, and there was even less this year. Last year we had a very limited amount, and this year they went out in about 20 minutes. Ultimate Frequent Fear with Express and Frequent Fear Plus with Express both went out in about 20 minutes since the drop. And then it took a little bit longer for regular Frequent Fear, and then like I said, I believe Rush of Fear with Express is still available, but I believe all of these options are still currently available for the regular variations without Express. So if you want to, you can go ahead and I'll put a link down below to go and grab your Frequent Fear passes. But we're finally done with all the ticket options, so let's head over to Five and Dime to take a look at our merch for the Terrifier announcement. And as we head down through Hollywood Boulevard here, we will actually also see our first little bit of some construction for this scare zone here. As of right now, we do not know any scare zones, and as of right now, we're also only missing 2 IPs, although we're pretty sure that Five Nights at Freddy's is going to be one of them. But here's some of that construction. We have some trusses going up in here. It's trusses. There's no lights on them yet, but there is a little bit of lighting around the tops of the buildings in here that is starting to go up. A whole bunch of lighting there as well as on the other side. So lots of lights going up and lots of trusses, and there's also some all the way down at the other side that we can take a look at in a little bit. But we are here at our first stop of the day, which is, like I said, 5 and Dime for that Terrifier merch and our new piece for our little stained glass marquee sign for this year. And here we are, merchandise reveal, Terrifier. Yeah, there's a lot of people in here, although I believe Bourne just let out, so that might be a part of it. But let's check out some of the merch here, as here is that that marquee sign. Doesn't look like, as of right now, that they have any of the actual displays available, but this is what we're actually here for, because we already have one. So we got to grab our Terrifier puzzle piece, and once again, these are $8 for this. But we needed to continue to complete our puzzle, so had to get it. And then on sale here, they have little canvas drawstring bags, and I'll find the prices for these, as well as the really awesome t-shirt that has this kind of exact same logo on it. And it's on a really nice ringer tee. Unfortunately, I have a lot of t-shirts right now, so I gotta be a little bit more selective with my t-shirt selection, but these are $35 for the t-shirt, and there is nothing on the back. So just that design on the front. But still, like I said, pretty cool design, and if I had room for it, that's 100% a must get for me, because I love ringer tees, and that design looks awesome. And there are those bags again. And the price for the bags is $35 for these bags as well. So similar to the t-shirts, same price. And they actually have a zipper on the inside, which is interesting. So I guess they didn't have the zipper on the outside because of the design, but on the inside they have a special little hidden zipper that would be on your back, which I could see as being a bit uncomfortable, to be honest, while wearing that. So I'm not sure that's a really great design choice, but they have plenty of those available and plenty of the t-shirts available as of right now. And then plenty of these available for right now. But like I said, with many of these other announcements, that has not been the case for long. But they do have a ton of the Fallout shirts still, and the Fallout cups, as well as the first announcements that we had with the actual announcement of the event date here for these t-shirts, and some of the Jason stuff as well. And they actually have a whole bunch of stock of the Jason shirts, which went out of stock a little bit ago after the announcement, but have since now come back. And of course, a ton of the camp mugs as well from last time. But once again, not seeing any of the spare puzzle pieces. So it looks like they basically go out of stock before the next announcement, and that's the end of them. So if you miss out, tough luck. So I actually saw, as we were checking out there, that they do have some of the stained glass kind of displays that you can purchase. They are behind the counter, so you do have to ask for them, but they're there. So if you actually want one, they are available. But as far as the other puzzle pieces go, other than the one for Terrifier, they do not have those. But let's continue construction, as right across from Five and Dime, we have this big old truss that has nothing on it. And moving on, because at the end of the street we have a couple more trusses, and one of them actually does in fact have some lights on it. So we gotta go and check that out. But here is one of the other trusses, similar to the two that were out the front of the entrance to this zone. And we have one only on this side. Nothing on that side of the street though. So I'm interested to see what's going on with that. But one here, and then one big truss all the way over here with a ton of lights on the top of it already. I'm interested to see what this is. As of right now, there is a rumor of there being a roaming roller skating chainsaw horde out in front of Mel's Die-In. So maybe we'll see that, and maybe that's why there's a bunch of lights here. I'd like to see them extend something out into this area, but who knows? Speaking of who knows though, before we head over to Battery Park, Yeah, that's a truss there. And last time we saw a truss out in front of Central Park in the lagoon, that was a sign for a lagoon show. So could we see the lagoon show returning this year? I hope so. Will it be Ghoulish? Will it be Marathon of Mayhem? Who knows? But it's looking like we might finally have a lagoon show back this year, and I am super excited for that. But let's head over to Battery Park and see some construction here, as we already have one big truss here, which will probably have some sort of like meet and greet signage on it. I'm not sure. I'm expecting this kind of be the HHN bar again. There were rumors of it being related to a character from HHN Japan, but at this point, not sure if that's going to be the case. Another huge truss out front here. This is actually way bigger than anything we've had previously in this spot, so I'm interested to see if that's actually just going to be another lighting truss for the possible roaming scare zone here. I'm not sure, but yeah, huge lighting truss out in front of here in Battery Park. But you can see there is one more lighting truss back there for us to see. And I'm not sure if that one's similar in height to the one that was out in front of this area or similar to the other one. That's kind of in between in size, but definitely a lighting truss for possible meet and greet areas back here, photo ops back here. But as I was talking about earlier though, so we are slowly running down on the amount of stuff we have left to be announced. We have scare zones, we have what actually Five Nights at Freddy's is, and technically 2 more IPs, but we all know that Five Nights at Freddy's is gonna be one of them. And with a lot of rumors coming out regarding WWE actually happening this year, it basically seems like we have everything announced, but not actually legitimately announced yet. So it's going to be a wild last couple weeks here as we head towards the beginning of the event. But you guys definitely, like I said, want to be subscribed to be prepared for when that does come and Horror Nights season is finally in full swing. But let's continue walking around, as I don't see anything down Sting Alley. So we're gonna head over towards San Francisco, as I do know there are some updates over there to take a look at. So here's another update for you before we get into San Francisco. We are out in front of Fast and Furious, obviously. But there is the side of the tent, and you can kind of see a little bit of our facade back there. I don't know if you can see it. You can see a little bit of like a cabin being built back there. It's kind of hard to see with the fence getting in the way, but there's a little bit of like a wood cabin, kind of like right around there. Right around there. You can kind of see it. But yeah, definitely going to be a really nice outdoor facade. Although I'm interested to see how much of this is going to be indoors versus outdoors. Because this is a very small tent for a full house. But as of right now, this location is rumored to be our Jason Universe house. All right, and we have made it into San Francisco. Pay no attention to the Jaws stuff to our right. I haven't really talked about it, but there's Jaws stuff here for the 50th anniversary of the film. But this over here is what we're really here for, and that is some truss work going on in the middle of San Francisco. So the trusses currently have like Coca-Cola and Jaws slash Sea-Bearing branding on them. But I assume that these will probably also be used for this Horror Nights Scare Zone, as they have been for the past like 4 years, I think, at this point. So I anticipate that these are here to stay for a little bit for Horror Nights. And this, as of right now, is rumored to be like our rave zone, or HHN rave zone. Yeah, not a big hype going into this zone. We'll have to see what the actual theme of it is when they announce it. But right before we exit, there is some more trusses here at the back half of San Francisco, with some wiring heading over to this building. So these are definitely going to have some lights, or maybe even fire towers on them. I'd like to see them bring the fire towers back, but we'll have to wait and see. But as we head towards London, we have another lighting truss here right by where the Peacock Bar has been in the past, as well as just a normal kind of like picture photo op for various Peacock projects. But This one just looks like a normal pathway lighting, so nothing too out of the ordinary over here. Well, remember like forever ago when I said, oh, they have plenty of time to refurb the Jaws bathrooms before Horror Nights? I think that was back in like January. Yeah, they're still working on this, and we have less than a month, and they don't look very close on the outside. I'm concerned as to whether or not this is actually going to be done in time for the event, but I guess we'll have to see. But we're heading back towards the Fear Factor Live, or former Fear Factor Live stage, to check on some possible updates for the rumored Nightmare Fuel return show for this year. As you can already see, that we do have some trussing and lighting over here on that sign, but I'm more interested on what we can possibly see on the inside. So I don't know if you can really see it. I had to bust out the other lens for this one, the bigger lens, but there are like Grim Reaper like hooded figures up on the stage there, or up above the stage. Not really sure what the theming is going to be for this year, but there is definitely something going on there. So we obviously are going to have a show back in here in the Fear Factor Live stage, but very, very interesting setup. But it's interesting that we can see them from inside the park. You do have to do a little bit of maneuvering, but you can see them. And next to that, we have this truss, which is going to be just for lighting and maybe the safety signage. And then to the right of that is the signage for the entrances for the two houses that are going to be the back tent houses, the new houses that were there last year, so tents 3 and 4. Over by the Men in Black bathrooms, no lighting updates, and no trusses for house entrances. Okay, well, we move on, and we're gonna head over to the exit for the Simpsons to see if we can see some house facades for the tent houses. Yeah, I love this area here. Be able to take a nice look at the facades, but nothing as of yet. It doesn't look like for tent 1, although we might be blocked out by the Enterprise truck, but yeah, we can definitely see one for tent 2. Yeah, originally, a lot of people were thinking this was just going to be Hatchet and Chains, just going to be the movie screen again. But it looks like they're building a decent exterior facade for that. I'm not sure what this is going to be. It looks like a house with what I'm going to assume is going to be some sort of conservatory window. So maybe this is El Artista. I'm very interested to see what that's going to be, because if that is like a conservatory window that will have a really cool interactive screen on it, that would be awesome. But yeah, that's our current update for these two sprung tents. Not a lot going on this one, but tons going on this one. No house portal over here between Quickie Mart and the extended queue for Simpsons. I don't expect the house portals to be out just yet though, so it's always good to check. But walking through Fast Food Lane, or whatever the heck they call this area of Simpsons, will we see a Chainsaw Horde back in here this year? Once again, as always, I doubt it. Will I be greatly surprised if they do? Hell yeah. I love the Chainsaw Hordes in here. It's been dead the last like 5 years. So fingers crossed, but as always, no lighting up right now, so not looking great. Checking out the covered seating area for animal actors. Yeah, no seats have been removed yet, so nothing going on as far as the food booth being built here yet. And with DreamWorks Land, could we see house entrances over here this year? Unlikely. I don't anticipate it. We're probably gonna have the same things that we did last year, but it'll be interesting to see if this section is even available this year, or if we'll even have pizza fries over here at the Imagination Cafe, because last year was Kids Own Pizza. So will we have pizza fries over at this location? Only time will tell. And our last spot before we finish our complete loop and then head over to New York, Central Park. Nothing in the trees, nothing to the left except some weird flags, which I don't think are related to Horror Nights, but they're is a decent amount of them, so maybe it is for like electrical boxes or placements of things. I don't know. I do anticipate that we'll start seeing some things in this zone soon, because this zone does tend to have, one, a lot of detail, and two, pop up extremely fast. But like I said, no speakers or anything yet, no lighting, no trusses, nothing as of yet. Just those interesting flags that we don't know much about yet. But as we get out of Central Park over here by Cafe La Bamba, we do have some trusses for the food area that is normally over here, where they will normally have lighting up above. And this area has also officially been cleared out to start building the kind of like food booth area that they have here. No theming as of yet, but they have moved all of the tables out from underneath of here. Now, with, like I said, with our main loop out of the way, going from Hollywood to San Francisco through Central Park, now we're gonna head over to New York to see if they have anything going on there, or if they have anything going on in Production Central. Okay, we have finally made our way over to New York, starting at the back end over by Louis, which hopefully will turn into Freddy Fazbear's Pizza for this year's event. I doubt it, but you never know. You never know. Fingers crossed. But let's walk right down New York City. There's nothing. Big shocker. There's nothing in here yet. But I have heard that there is some Horror Nights merch in Sahara Traders for some reason. Not sure why. I'll go check it out and see if I see anything. But as of right now, as far as Scare Zone construction goes, nothing in Sting Alley. Nothing above other than some lights. Actually, you know what that is? That is something. There's lights. There's lights up there. And then on the other side, we got lights. We got some more lights there. But as far as like things on the ground, nothing. Just a bunch of lights up above. Actually, a ton of lights. Holy crap. I didn't even see some of these. Tons of lights, even above the Paradise Theater there. Huh. But other than that though, nothing on the ground. Just a bunch of stuff in the air. Oh wow, the whole like park area there, whose name escapes me at the moment, but completely blocked off. And they also blocked off the area over here, which I'm interested to see how this is gonna work with soundstage entrances, because I think this goes all the way back. Yeah. I don't know, this is gonna be interesting. I don't know how they're gonna do this with this being blocked off. Hopefully this is done before Horror Nights starts, but very interesting back here. And quick stop to check out the Transformers extended queue. It's still an extended queue, so nothing going on here, no prep for the bar, nothing yet. That stuff normally doesn't happen until first or second week of August, so we still got some time, but there is still some Halloween Horror Nights stuff going on here in the park. And also, we're slowly getting towards our final days here with Rip Ride Rockit. It should be closed well in time for Horror Nights, so make sure you get your last rides on it. Alright, I'm in Production Central / Minion Alley. There's these lights here, but I'm pretty sure those lights are always there, so I don't really think much of it. Nothing new on the top of the buildings on either side. So once again, I don't anticipate that the Scare Zone is going to go down this far. Yeah, bit of a bummer, but it also doesn't look like there's anything going on at the front yet. And normally this is the last zone up here to kind of get the green light to start building. So once again, don't really anticipate anything being built here until probably mid next month. But there is a couple lights up here that are a bit different. Those stage lights like there and there are not normally up there, so there definitely is stuff being set up, but as far as like down here on the streets, still nothing else. It'll still probably be another couple weeks until we start seeing that. But just like that, we are back here where we started, over here in Hollywood. That is going to wrap up our video though, and our full overview of today's ticket and Terrifier announcements for Halloween Horror Nights, as well as some construction. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, please make sure you drop a like and also comment down below what are your thoughts on the Terrifier announcement and what ticket did you purchase if you did pick any up today. I would like to know down in the comments below. But as always, I'm Michael from Halloween Thrills, giving you the all clear, and all clear means you're out of here. See you guys next time.